What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. And today's The Return of Touhou. It's like a holiday every time it arrives here. It shows up every... I don't want to give a specific time, but it shows up every now and then. And this is going to be a single request because it was a random draw winner. So congrats to Douglas and Solid Bullet 066. The way the random draw works is at the end of this episode, there will be another random draw, and you can see it happen in real time. They're all from my request backlog. So this is Touhou 9, although I think this is kind of one of the official remix albums called Neo-Traditionalism of Japan. The song is called Eastern Judgement in the 60th year, Fate of 60 Years. It's the shortest Touhou title ever. And from the channel Mima's Disciple. And the comment that I got for it in the request was that this is the final boss of Touhou 9, but remixed by Zune. Okay, so I guess he made it and then remixed it himself. I mean, that's a pretty intense setting, if that is a setting. Alright, well, I am a fan of Touhou, so let's do Eastern Judgement in the 60th year, Fate of 60 Years. I don't know the character's name, by the way. Let's go. I don't know the character's name. Okay, that's cool. It's like a... sound we all know and love. I love all the Touhou stories you guys give me. All the comments. How you got into it and how you still play it and the challenge. I read all the comments before. I'm at the point now where I feel maybe similar to you guys and gals, where the sound of the Zunpei is kind of like comforting and it's a recognizable sound, you know? And we can associate recognizable sounds with like home and memories. And for me, it's every time I hear Touhou now, it's like I get brought back to the first time I heard Touhou. Weird, but cool. Oh. So, organ thing? There's a bit of layers to the song. I have a question after. I guess I'm looking at this image. Like, that's a drone, is it not? I just love since the beginning of the song up until now, it sounds really like so much fluttering and like buzzing is going on in the background. It's like a swarm of bees. snares. There's a lot of layers. It's not just dun 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 dun. Love a good fade out. Let me know if it fades out like this in game. I doubt it, but let me know. I've seen a little bit of footage of Touhou, but I've never seen it all the way to the end, so I don't know if, you know, the song just ends as soon as boss complete or something, or if it actually plays like that. Okay. Yeah, Touhou, you know, I'm at this place now where I would consider myself a fan, right? I wouldn't call myself like a big fan like a lot of you guys who are into the community, I would say. Because it feels like the Touhou fans are mostly like really involved with Touhou, not just casually hear it on the side. I think like they listen to this all the time kind of thing. Not all the time. I'm not being like literal here, but you know what I mean? They're more involved than your typical like video game music enjoyer. They kind of like live, breathe, and eat Touhou. But I'm at the point now where it's been at least 2 years of me hearing the music. It's a long time, you know, for a stranger essentially to be hearing the music with little to almost no context this whole time. And catching on like little melodies, little intricacies and patterns and learning about the composer. Everything has been like a slow climb and piecing together things very, very slowly. And that's one thing I really like don't take for granted on this channel, is the ability to just kind of be willingly like ignorant to a lot of things. Because I think if like, say for example, the first or second time I heard Touhou, I just googled what it was and found out everything. In a way, it would make any future reaction beyond that, including these, to have expectations, assumptions, and stuff like that. And while I can assume there's going to be like a trumpet sound, you know, it took a while before I even realized it was like Up Rule of Hell, and then it took until this year to like see moving footage of it. You know, like it's a way for me to keep it fresh in my mind, because although just listening to video game music sounds so simple at face value, there's, you know, it's become my life for the past 3 years, so I've kind of learned what I like shouldn't and should do. For the most part, I've been the same since the very beginning episode, like of just me hearing stuff. But you know, there's like some things you just have to, that I choose to do, and that's not pause the game, not pause the video. I hate that. Apparently, you guys hate that too. And just really like taking it in the moment at that time, because who knows when I'm gonna hear it again. You know, the only time I ever go back to revisit a song is if I really, really liked it and it made like a really big impression on me. But Touhou is just always brings me back to this really weird phenomenon where I think it's something similar to what you guys may experience when you hear Touhou music, and it might bring you back to a either simpler time or when you first got into it, whenever that was. And I kind of feel that way too. I've heard enough Touhou songs. I mean, I know there's still a lot out there, but I've heard, I don't know how many I've heard at this point. Maybe, I don't know. I want to take a guess, like 30, something like that. But that's across 2 years. Something like that. I don't know. There's a playlist. I don't know the exact number. I could bring it up, but I don't want to. But still, every time I hear Touhou now, it brings me to the like, oh, you know, get to see these commenters again that always comment on these videos. It's like a little gathering, and I don't know. It feels like a barbecue or something. So yeah, it's really cool. And the thing I was gonna ask earlier And this really involves the Zumpit sound, which is to me not only how do I say this? At first I was gonna say it's like the defining sound of Touhou, but not really. You know, there's like some things that really, there's a lot of contributing factors. Like there's always like a quick piano, not always, but that's another common theme. A lot of use of hi-hats, but of course Zumpit is probably like the number one that people associate it with. So it made me think: has there been influence by Zune in other games that use? I mean, it's not like Zun was like the first person to like use trumpets, but obviously, you know, it's from what it sounds like to me, and at least in the video game music world, he's kind of made his own stamp with it. So I wonder, are there games or songs that you've heard since Touhou has come out that not just use like a trumpet, but sounds like a Touhou song? You know what I mean? I'd be very curious, you know, to hear the influence, because surely Touhou has inspired other developers by now. So I never really thought of that until right now. I was like, you know, what else is out there now that's paying homage to Zun and that trumpet sound? And the other thing I was gonna say was just, it just kind of popped into my head, is I think if you listen to Touhou long enough, not at first, but after a while, it becomes kind of like soothing. I don't know how to explain that, but as this was playing, maybe because I'm super tired right now, but as this was playing, I was imagining it like just putting it on a sleep playlist, you know, because of, and I mean this in a nice way, because of the monotony of it. You can kind of get into a groove of it and just play like a long playlist of Touhou, and if you like one song, you probably like all of them, you know what I mean? So that can relax you, and even though it's crazy fast and all that, the melodies are slow and easy to grasp. It's such a bizarre thing, dude. Touhou is like such a unique thing on this channel. It's so bizarre. You guys have to understand how many songs and games I listen to. So for anything to stick out, you know, something has to stick out. And Touhou will always be this thing that I never heard about, that came out of nowhere, that all of a sudden just has like hundreds of requests in my backlog, and it's like, oh yeah, that game, okay, cool, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what I get from the Touhou series. Anyways, thank you, Douglas, and of course, Solid Bullet 066. A lot of requests from Touhou come from Solid Bullet. So since this was a random draw, I'm going to, oh, I don't even have it ready. Damn, I suck. All right, I'm gonna do a rare cut. I need to bring all the numbers over. I forgot to prepare, so. All right, sorry about that. I forgot to paste all the entries in here. Okay, so yeah, since that was a random draw, I'm gonna do it again here in real time. These are all my requests. At the moment of me putting this in here, there are 3,704 individual requests in there, so let's do it. Oh. That is a highly requested game I get on this through the YouTube comments, actually. Hi-Fi Rush. I think I've done that once before. Don't recall exactly what it is, but I think it's kind of recent. Anyways, cool. I know a lot of people will be happy about that. Anyways, again, thank you to Douglas and Solid Bullet. Thank you to all my patrons you see here. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Take it easy.